In Herne Bay, a major dispute had erupted following the erection of a large radio mast by resident amateur enthusiast Martin.
It should never be here. I wouldn't want that in my back garden.
The community was angry that the mast was an eyesore and affected their TV reception, but there was a much more worrying concern building amongst many of the residents.
When I moved into my bungalow, I was a fit, healthy person. I had no walking stick, no troubles, no nothing. My health has just gone downhill.
In August 2013, a year and a half after the aerial was erected, Rose was diagnosed with lymphoma, a type of cancer. And she wasn't the only one.
We've had quite a few cancer illnesses that were all healthy, myself included. Unfortunately, we've lost a few good friends, very good friends.
Rose successfully underwent chemotherapy and is currently in remission. But Martin's aerial prompted health fears amongst other residents.
I lived here 3 years before he moved here. Yes, obviously elderly residents, they die. Nobody died from cancer in those 3 years. Since he's been here 4 years, there's been 7 cancer cases and 3 have died, all within an area of where his mast is.
My area did not do nothing to nobody. These people complaining about cancer, that is a lot of cobbles.
Although there's no scientific evidence to prove the link, it made the residents more determined than ever that Martin's mast needed to come down.
The people here asked me to ask the council what was going on, why he'd been allowed to do it, and no, he hadn't been given permission.
She stirs the shit up all the time, excuse my French. She knows everybody, and she starts stirring the thing.
Because Martin had been given permission to install the mast at his previous home in 2011, he assumed it would also cover his new address.
Soon afterwards, I received a letter from the council stating that I need planning permission for the antenna, and left me absolutely flabbergasted, but I felt absolutely gutted.
Martin sent his application for retrospective planning off to the council and awaited their response. But relations with neighbours Carol and Rose sunk to a new low.
I saw Rose coming through there one afternoon, and with all the problems we've been having, I decided to go have a word with her.
I was walking back from the hall and he was standing there waiting for me.
I walked up to Rose and I told Rose to stop interfering with me, because otherwise you know what's going to happen. I get the solicitor and you, and she turned around, me? I say, yes, you.
He was very threatening, very frightening.
And looks like she was crying, you know, because that's what she does best.
I was in a terrible state. I think he's capable of anything.
Shaken by the encounter, Rose called the police, who came and spoke to Martin, but no action was taken. Martin claims that over the course of several months, his neighbours became increasingly hostile.
In a couple of occasions, I was in the kitchen preparing my breakfast when I saw Rose walking past my front kitchen window, and she looked at me, and as she looked at me, she turned around and spat on the ground. That is disgusting.
I don't know where he's finding this. I am a lady, I'm 80 years old, and I'm a Christian, and I would not spit on my worst enemy.
But Martin says there were other incidents which made him feel unwelcome.
I come here one morning to take my dog out for a walk, and as I open the door, there is a bag of dog poo right in front of my house. It's very disgusting, so I kick it out into the grass and start walking the dog. Come into the shade, come on. And when I come back, there is the dog poo again in my front door.
Martin has no proof who was behind the dirty protest.
I was absolutely fuming because you don't do that to, doesn't matter who you are, how cross you are, you don't do that.
But just when he thought life in the village couldn't get any worse, Martin got some news.
It's absolutely disgusting. People don't live and let live.